Yo, what's going on, guys? We are here and we got a special video for you guys today. We got a fantasy draft. You guys see all the members here. We got 5 of us. Most of you guys see them over at the Mostly Wrestling podcast. We got Pete, we got Drake, we got Jack, and we got Mac. We're going to be doing a little fantasy draft here. I'm going to go through the rules right now. The rules are simple. 4 non-continuous seasons in a year, with season 1 starting from Bad Blood to AEW World's End. We have 8 rounds in the fantasy draft. But don't worry, it's a snake order. Season 1 will have its Superstar Shakeup November 18th through the 22nd, where teams can release up to 2 wrestlers and sign up 2 back. Last place will get the first choice. Points will be updated daily, and the player with the most points at the end of the season will be crowned the face of fantasy. But wait, how do we get points? Very simple. 1 point for every minute of a televised WWE or AEW match. 5 points if you win, and a bonus 5 points if it's in a championship match, not including DQs and countouts. Now that you know the rules, before we get into the video, please hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's get to it. And now that we're back, we're going to do this fantasy draft. We did the draft order beforehand. My guy Mac has the first pick. We're not going to waste any time into it. Mac, what you starting off with?
Ladies and gentlemen, the formula is back from the first 2 seasons, and here we are bringing it up. The number 1 pick in our fantasy draft. It's Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy gets taken off the board.
That was the first one written on my list.
I had him at my 5. Just putting that out there.
OC. Okay.
He has the most wins of anyone in either company this year.
That is true.
And also the most TV time. So I
think he did last year too.
That's a good pick. OC. It leads to me. I like that. I'm going to stick to the theme with AEW. But I'm going to go with the champion. I'm going to go with the AEW International Champion. Bruv, give me Will Ospreay. Jack, you're up, my boy.
All right. I had Ospreay at number 2 on my board, so my number 1 pick is still available here with the 3rd pick in the first round of the El Don Lucha Graps Fantasy Draft. The CM Punk Fan Club, that is our team name, by the way, selects AEW World Champion Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a list. I don't have a formula. I'm going off of what I want. I wanted Will Ospreay. Of course, he was my number 1 because of the stellar matches alone. I mean, even just the tag match he had with Kyle Fletcher at Grand Slam is it for me? It's a match of the year contention because that match was fantastic.
Every match that near.
Yeah, literally this year alone is Ospreay is
he owns
Ospreay
the top 10 best matches this year. I'd say he's in all of them.
Yeah, we're talking about at the MWP for our Mostlies whether we need to do a category for top 10 non-Will
Will Ospreay matches. Honestly, we might have to.
Either way, I think someone who gets a considerable amount of TV time, and I'm hoping that I get some points off of him. I'm gonna go for WWE's Intercontinental Champion. I'm gonna go with Jey Uso.
He was my number 1 WWE guy. He was my number 1 WWE guy. Yep. Pete, you got back-to-back picks, bro.
Drake. That's where you're gonna want our algorithms.
You got back-to-back picks, Pete.
All right, this is tough for me because all the next people on my list are kind of like not in order. I think I'm gonna go with the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes.
Ooh.
And then next, I'm gonna go. I'm between 2 people here. I have a sleeper I really want, but I feel like I can hold out for him. I'm gonna go with Claudio Castagnoli.
Okay, that's a good
one. He's been wrestling almost every week, and with
he's up there.
With the recent push with Mox and everything, I feel like we're gonna keep seeing him even more.
He is up there
too.
Drake, my boy, it goes back to you. Who's your second round pick here?
Okay. So I definitely wanted Cody. He was definitely going to be my next choice. I feel like I'm going to go something maybe out of left field here, but he's a champion, and I think considering 6-man tag matches, I think he's going to get a considerable amount of TV time, and they are a focal point on SmackDown. So I'm gonna go with one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions. I'm gonna go with Tama Tonga.
Ooh.
Not on my top 25.
Me
board.
neither, but that's completely out of
not a
left
bad
field.
pick,
But
though.
he's a champion, dude.
I considered that. yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one,
Matt,
Jack.
what's your bogus algorithm say?
He is not within the top 50.
Jack, you follow that up. What you going with?
So I'm gonna take a gentleman here who this might be a reach because I have him at number 11 on my board right now. My number 6 is available, but I'm rethinking stuff. He's a champion. Drake brought up 6-man action, which I thought, but he's also a focal point on his show. It's not SmackDown. I'm gonna go with Pac, 1/3,
Pop.
the AW Trios champions. He's in that
Okay.
big storyline right now. I feel like him and Claudio are gonna be doing some heavy lifting compared to Mox, maybe with it in terms of TV matches. So
That's what I'm thinking too.
I had him at number 11. I'm looking at who I put above him, and I'm like, you know what?
Actually, I forgot
Let's
to put
twist it
Mox
up
on my
here.
list.
Mac, I think I might steal one of your guys here. I don't know.
Let's see if you do.
I think I'm gonna go for a reach here, but I think it'll be worth it. I'm gonna stick on AEW. I think he's gonna get a push. I'm gonna go with the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita.
Oh, he was on my list.
Don Lucha, I almost took him there. I was torn
I-
between the two.
I
was
think
torn.
he's winning the international title.
That's
at Wrestle Dream,
I'm kind of on the
so
same boat as you. I think so too.
I think
Oh,
that'll be a really
he-
good pick. It's a triple threat: Osprey, Ricochet, Takeshita. Just got announced yesterday.
I didn't know that got announced.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mac,
I
you're
almost
up.
took him.
Yes, so I have back-to-back picks here.
Yes,
I
you
feel
do.
like
And
Mac's
with-
gonna snipe some of my
And
my
with that,
sleepers,
I'm
dude.
going to take 2 champions
Oof.
I'll go
for
with
the
those,
number
maybe
4
not.
and number 5 on my AEW algorithm. I'm going for the second round pick of Okada.
Go ahead,
To start
Drake.
The third round, I'm going Jack Perry.
Okay, go ahead, Jake.
Ooh,
Oh
Horrible
man, I wanted
pick, not
Perry
on my
next.
list.
No, so I was wondering like how often is Okada actually on TV?
I was
How
thinking that
often is he
too.
actually
Wrestling.
wrestling?
That's why he
matches?
didn't make.
I
my
didn't think
list,
it-
Yeah.
I think you would want to keep him special. Jack Perry for sure. I was gonna go with him the next round, but you get Matt. got
My turn. Oof. I'm gonna take it over to the WWE side. And I'm gonna pick a champion. Give me the ring general, Gunther.
He's fighting
A
on
lot of
Monday,
matches.
so-
Sammy time. I think that
Lot of
Sammy
match
match
time
on
in
Raw
there.
can cook. I think he
Well,
might get a match at Saudi because they got Saudi coming up too. Who knows what they might do? But I think I'm gonna take a gamble on Gunther. Jack.
All right, my board's looking crazy here because my 6th pick, my 7th, my 9th, my 10th, they're there. But I'm thinking about them now. I'm thinking about the future. I'm like, ooh, do I want these guys the whole time? But I'm gonna go with one because just because he has so many matches and wins this year. Not necessarily, I think, prominent or a champion, but I think he gets enough TV time and in-ring time, and he's an awesome wrestler. I'm gonna go with Roderick Strong.
he
Ooh,
was my next
Roddy.
pick.
So
That's
that
a
one's
good
in my
one.
record.
Roderick Strong. I believe the last fantasy draft that we did, the one that got canceled, I think I picked Roderick Strong round 3 as well. So
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't.
he's consistent. He's
He is on
consistent.
TV all
So
year.
is that me now, huh?
Yes, sir, Drake.
Okay, so this next wrestler I think is somebody who is actually on TV consistently on Rampage and Collision.
Oh, no.
His Dynamite matches are here and there, but whenever he is on TV, he's getting at least 15 minutes of time. I'm gonna go, and he does have a match at Wrestle Dream. I'm gonna go with the ROH World Champion. I'm gonna go with the Kung Fu Chicken, Mark Briscoe.
I
Mark.
had him on my list.
Number 16 on my list.
You had me
Drake.
scared, Drake.
He was
I-
on my list too.
All right, well, I got 2 colliders up next, and since Jack just
Colliders.
mentioned him, I'm taking my ultimate sleeper. I'm going with Hologram.
Wow.
Oh, you can have
Every
him.
single week on Collision, and he wins every single week.
He's 13 and 0.
undefeated.
He is
He
13
hasn't
and
missed a
0.
week since he debuted.
Wow.
So I feel like that's some
That's a
consistency
good
there.
sleeper pick.
Hologram.
And then
He's getting
my
pinned this
next
week.
pick, did a little research. He has the 4th highest win percentage in AEW this year. Kyle O'Reilly,
He's on my list too. Yup.
another
That's a good
Collider
one.
Rampage guy. The conglomeration gets a ton of time on those shows.
Hey, when's Rampage
So-
getting canceled? When-
All right. I'm going to be slightly concerned about my next pick. because I'm concerned how often this guy is getting TV time, because they want to try to make their gimmick right now is that they got limited dates.
Oh.
But I do think they wrestle more often than they make it
Which
seem.
one?
So I'm gonna go with another half of tag team champions. I'm gonna go with the guy I consider the solo guy of the two Young Bucks. I'm gonna go with Nick Jackson.
Nicholas.
I had my research on them as well. They've wrestled the exact same amount of matches this year.
Jack, take it away.
So with that being said, now that attention has been drawn to them, I had them in no specific order at my 9 and 10 spots. I'll be taking Matt Jackson as my next pick.
All right. Excellent.
Since the attention's been drawn.
No,
Lucha.
They
Keep
have
in mind,
wrestled
buddy.
way more than people have thought this year. They've wrestled a lot of matches for AEW. I believe they're almost to 30. So, and they have titles.
4th round. He just returned this past Wednesday on Dynamite. I think we're going to get a good feud, and I think we're going to get big things coming out of him. I'm going to go with the Switchblade. Give me Jay White. Give me
I
Jay
had him at
White.
the very
Yeah.
bottom of my
He was
list.
a great
So
pick
happy
for
Give
my
me Jay
first
White.
season. Now, Don Lucha, I do want to say you just handed me exactly who I wanted for the 4th and 5th
Oof.
rounds.
And
in the
I
4th
think I
round-
know who you're gonna pick.
I am going to select Damian Priest.
Okay.
Ooh, number 27
Fourth
on my
round.
list. Of
Okay.
27
Where
wrestlers.
was-
Damian Priest, you know,
I had him
I wouldn't have
somewhere.
picked him until I adjusted it and got the recency bias. He had 25 matches the past 2 months.
What? Tell me. He didn't just say that.
So, I think
counting
that's a
house shows,
sleeper.
though.
No, that's broadcast.
So maybe he's
In
due to
2
take a
months?
break, though.
In
His
2
filtered-
months, he had
That
20.
that does not sound right.
Mac,
Let's see.
listen,
Nah,
listen to what you're saying
No
right
take
now.
backs. No take backs. You picked Damian
No, yeah,
Priest.
no, I'm good with it. Damian Priest, give it to me. And for my last pick on the round 5, all his teammates except for one have been taken. And I don't think that his teammate will be taken following the next 4 people. I'm picking John Moxley to wrap out round 5.
Yeah, I had him down there. He's got a big match at Wrestle Dream, but we'll see how often he wrestles.
Whew.
I think there's somebody. I was considering Moxley, but I think there's somebody that wrestles more consistently than him that I'm going to be choosing later. Hopefully.
You know what? I'm going to take the guy that Drake's been liking a lot on WWE. Give me Xavier Woods. Give me Xavier Woods.
It's a good pick.
Completely fair. He's getting a lot of TV time on Raw.
I think we're just
up
getting
super
started.
tracky.
Jack, finish it out for your round 5. Who you going with?
All right. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk because he was high on my board for not recency bias reasons, but I had him up there. It's a bit of a risk because he's not on TV right now, but I think he is coming back very soon, maybe even as soon as Wrestle Dream in Seattle, Washington, hometown boy. I'm going to take Swerve Strickland in the last round. I would have to
Swerve.
take that down there.
It's a great pick.
Swerve.
So I think the next guy that I'm going to go for, he does pretty much wrestle every week on AEW TV. And the reason he wrestles every week is because he keeps attacking people backstage. He's basically a feuding with the entire roster right now. That is a man with a vendetta. That is Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah, I was
want,
thinking him
for
too.
my
Yeah.
fifth.
Pete, finish it off with round
This is rough,
5,
dude.
last pick
Anybody you want.
of the men's
I have some
board.
good ideas for you
I'm
if you
I'm
wanna hear some.
shocked Darby hasn't been picked yet. He's an option. LA Knight would be a good pick as US champ.
What about any of the boys from
Dominic
NXT?
Mysterio, but I was gonna say I'm thinking
I was worried about picking someone from NXT.
NXT. I might go with an NXT pick. I'm thinking either someone from Fraxium or Trick Williams.
I like it. I
have
like
Trick Willie
it.
on my
I
list.
don't know.
I have
which one, but
Fraxium
you know
on
what,
my
since-
list.
Since Trick just won the title back for this new era, I feel like he's going to be spearheading it. So might be a little risky to compare to like Darby, Fraxium, LA Knight, but I'm going to go with Trick Williams.
Trick Willie?
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
go
think
with
we all
Trick
took
Willie.
risks in round 5, except Drake. I feel like Paige
We
was a
did.
good pick. I
Yeah.
think the rest
Yeah.
of us took.
I took risk earlier.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm just looking
Tama
at that
Tonga
round
is my
5,
second pick.
and it's all guys. who are just- Oh yeah, that's we'll see. You know,
All right, so let's move over to the women's side of things.
oh thank
We
God. I'm
got
in
3
top
rounds
3.
here.
It gets bad after the first 3.
Pete, you got the last pick of the men's round. You're gonna start things off on the women's side of things. So
All right.
go ahead, take it away.
Well, I got my pick locked in. One of the women's wrestlers who has the most ring time on AEW, most matches on AEW, one of the highest win percentages on AEW, the current AEW Women's World Heavyweight, not heavyweight, current Women's World Champion, Mariah May.
Mariah May,
Or a
the
heavyweight,
glamour.
I ain't call her a heavyweight. You know, I call the title.
Drake, how you following that?
Man, it's so hard to pick these women because both companies don't utilize their women's division as much as they should. Like the 3-hour Raw had one women's match. I watched SmackDown this morning. There was at least 2 women's matches and a ton of women's time on SmackDown. So that's why I think I'm gonna go with a SmackDown's women. I think you try to keep the champion relatively, rare to see in action. But I am going to go with Miss Money in the Bank. I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffy time. I'm doing it.
You took it from me. Good pick, bro.
So thank God I'm in this top 3 because I did have 3 up there. Tiffany is a good pick. She wasn't in my top 3. You talk about AEW, Dynamite, SmackDown, Raw not utilizing their women's divisions. I'm going to go over to a show that does utilize their women's division. Some of the most matches of any women's wrestler in WWE this year down in NXT. I'm going to go with the champion, Roxanne Perez. She just defended against Julia successfully.
That's a good one.
This reign is continuing for a little longer, at least till the end of the year, maybe.
That is a good one.
I think that also means you're not going to get a NXT women's title defense for at least another month.
No, she actually has some of the most matches and wins this year of NXT women's wrestlers. I'm not too worried.
Boom. Roasted.
I like it. I have to pivot again now. Oof. You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go over to AEW. Give me Willow Nightingale.
I had
she
hers
was
too.
exactly at number 4 for me.
She was my 2.
It goes to Mac. You got back-to-back
Max in a tough
picks.
spot. I know what I would do here, but Max in a tough spot.
Oh man, we get a real nosedive.
This is gonna get fun, I think.
He's got to change the algorithm.
Give me Liv Morgan.
That's not who he wanted. I feel like you pivoted.
Dude, she never wrestled.
I think you pivoted.
Lose that title. Hey, no take back.
Quick, write it, quick.
I heard that B slipping out, bro. I heard that B slipping out.
Deanna Perez.
Give me Rhea Ripley for round 2.
What? What?
You're getting points today.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's all right.
Yeah,
He's-
right.
Bro,
You're counting out those points
I
today.
had them on my
And
list,
divided
but
into the
just
rest
as I had them strictly there in case the rest of my list ran out and I needed to think of a name on this.
He's banking on like an hour-long match where it's like some shenanigans. They change hands with the title changes,
Oh my
and then they
God.
restart the match
That's
and they
probably
change
what
Or
it.
they have a
again.
rematch on Raw. Like
Yeah.
Liv Morgan loses.
Oh,
uses the
wow.
rematch clause.
That was not.
I mean,
expected.
at least you'll get like one of them is probably always going to be champion,
One
so
of them
you'll
could
probably get the
dropped
extra.
next.
You'll probably
Yeah.
get extra points for defenses. So I mean,
That's my plan.
You know what? I'm gonna follow Jack's method for his first round because I agree NXT probably does have the most consistent division when it comes to the women.
mhm.
And one of the faces you always see is my pick, Lola Vice.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll go with
She's on
Lola
my board.
Vice.
Interesting.
She's
Okay.
on my board.
Jack?
Oh, man, that made
All right. My number 3 is still here. Of like all of them. So I'm gonna go with her. She is a champion, a lot of matches, a lot of wins, and she wrestles a little more often than her tag team partner. I'm gonna go one half of the women's tag team champions, Bianca Belair.
That was my next
Okay.
pick too. That was my
She was
number,
my number
3 as
3
well.
overall. on
That
the
was
board.
also mine.
Drake?
So, okay, all right. So I was sitting here laughing because I realized I'm gonna make my 3rd round pick now. I realize my 3rd round pick is completely out of left field, but I feel like she gets actual TV time.
What a
But you
cheap
brought
pick.
up Lola Vice, and I think she's currently entering a feud with Jada Parker, who they definitely
Mhm.
see as a future, probably NXT champion and pivotal person in NXT and WWE's future. So that's who I'm going to choose. I am going to choose Jada.
Jada Parker. Okay.
Shout out Jada.
And I
She
bet
was
Mac
my,
has
she
no
was
idea
my
who that
number
is.
8. She was my number 8.
I think I was really hoping for Bianca. And because I didn't get her, I think I'm just going to make a quick pivot to Jade.
Oh, okay.
As
number
they are
5.
tag team champions, they're going to be doing a lot of matches together. And if they break up,
Man.
that's some singles matches. And then back to back.
Back to
oh,
Pete.
Boy.
Just take her, Pete. You know you want her.
Yeah.
I,
You get it
I,
over
I
with.
don't pick the person I just thought of, so I can choose who I
Well, every bone in my body wants to pick Mercedes Moné, but she does not wrestle
her.
a lot.
Not who I was
Every other bone in my body wants to pick Jamie Hayter.
There she is.
Yeah. Just get it over with, Pete. Come on.
But Julia,
Oh,
I'm all that rounds out my top 3 for women.
Will she wrestle? How often?
I don't know how often she's gonna wrestle. I was doubting Hayter with how often she'll wrestle, but I like her too much. Jamie Hayter.
Jamie.
I didn't even write her down.
More than Julia. I think Hayter.
I'm gonna go Jamie Hayter. Drake, who's the big pivot number 3?
So no, I can't choose this person. But I really wanted the reaction to see what you guys would think if I picked this person, because she actually is pretty much on Rampage every single week.
Oh,
She just
I think I know
loses
who.
all the time.
Is it
I was thinking about choosing Harley Cameron.
Yep,
Harley
that's
Cameron.
what I thought.
about it. but
That's consistent points though.
Going-
You get
That's
you
what
that
Pure
clock's
Fusion
gonna
going-
run.
Collective is. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
oh man, should I go with it? Should I go?
Go with your heart.
I
Go with your heart.
can't.
Harley.
Can't. What, Mac?
Come
Mac,
on.
tell me how Harley's doing on the algorithm.
Bro, Mac
Oh, now
has
you
picked
want
Liv
Mac's
Morgan
up. Look
and
at
Rhea
Mac's
Ripley. You
algorithm.
do
It's-
not
yeah,
want to
those
see
are
that
really
algorithm,
good.
bro.
Okay. But my real choice that is probably going to get more consistent time on Monday Night Raw, and she is going for the women's tag team titles. I'm gonna go with Io Sky.
Okay.
That's a
There you
good
go.
pick.
Jack,
Nah, Hater will come through.
what's your
You know
last
what?
pick here?
Third round. I want to have some
No,
fun.
I thought
I got a few Pure Fusion Collective people on my list. I got some AEW like Collision rivalry stuff, but I want to dig back into that NXT.
Oh,
bag.
do
Give
not
me
do
another
it.
Champion.
Oh,
Give me
never
Kalani
mind.
Jordan.
Kalani, okay.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about her too.
Yeah.
There's a couple people I got in mind. You know, people like
No, I'm just
Meechin,
laughing at Drake's-
Oh.
Chelsea
Drake's
Green.
process.
I have Meechin on my
maybe
list.
Naomi,
Natalia.
maybe Queen Aminata. I think I'm gonna go with my gut again for this one. I'm gonna stick with NXT. Give me Sol Ruka.
I like the NXT picks. I like the NXT picks.
Sol Ruka had a shirt at the NXT we went to. When the only other woman who did was Roxanne Perez, so maybe that's a sign.
Mac, you're closing it out right
Yeah,
here.
so
Britt
this
Baker,
was
DMD,
never
get it
gonna-
over with.
This was never going to happen in a million years until Drake brought it up, and then I did some digging on.
He's
on
taking
the
Harley
person.
Harley Cameron.
And
Taking
I
Harley
will say
Cameron.
that ever trusted her with having TV time
Yep.
every single week, potentially 2 times a week. I'm going with Harley Cameron to
No
wrap
Oh
out
yeah,
the
what a
year.
last pick of the draft.
If this makes or breaks,
She has
Oh,
had an 8-minute
no.
Rick,
match
you should have
at least
talked about
twice a
that
week.
when it ended. That's when you should have brought it up.
She has had
Oh.
a 8-minute match at least twice a week since August. So I'm going to Harley Cameron.
Mac might have one of
Oh,
the
no,
weirdest
it's 'cause
women's teams. Wait, scroll back down, Don Lucha. Out Mac's team.
yeah.
That might save Mac's team because
Liv
Liv
Morgan.
and Rhea Ripley were not anywhere near my top 15 that I wrote down. Harley Cameron might be Mac's best pick at value for the round he got her in, and who else he took.
During this
Statlander's
Oh,
a big
yeah.
one undrafted, I think.
Yeah,
and
Statlander
I didn't know
undrafted.
this. Kyrie Sane has one of the highest WWE win percentages.
It's a lot of live
He's
events
another
though.
big one.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
live
it's a
events
lot
for
of live
Kyrie.
events.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
it's a
gotta
lot
turn
of for
that
Kyrie.
filter and cage match on it televised.
Because like Naomi was another one I was thinking of. It's just SmackDown sometimes. It's like
And Alba Fire
Too much.
too.
If-
She's up there, but
Yeah,
Mm.
but
for
they're
live
not
matches
champs
only.
anymore though, so
Yeah.
I feel like that.
yeah.
we look at the board here, comparing both draft boards. I'll go ask you guys individually. Pete, what is your most questionable pick of the entire draft?
in general,
I want to get your.
Max back-to-back live in Rhea. was a
I
lot
think
of
we
fun.
might be in agreement, everybody here with that one. That one took us all by surprise.
Just for the amount that they wrestle, it's pretty much only pay-per-views.
The men's
That-
draft looked really good, honestly.
Drake, what about you? Same thing?
I honestly think Mariah May's a bad pick. I don't think they're gonna have her wrestle week in and week
Week
out
out?
on AEW TV.
That's
I'm
fair.
expecting her to be more of the, and if she does have matches, I bet it's gonna be squash matches against nobodies, to be honest. And I think she's gonna be more the promo type of champion
Promo?
than
Mhm.
wrestling.
See, she has a really high recent win percentage, and also I feel like AEW does a lot of televised and pay-per-view defenses.
They do
So
world title
that's
Yeah.
why I kind of went for that.
Jack, I'll change things up for you. Who do you think had the best sleeper pick out of everybody in the draft?
Best sleeper. I'm not saying Harley Cameron, but it could help out Mac. Best
Mac?
sleeper. Look at this men's board really quick. I really like Hologram in there. I like Jay White as well. Tama Tonga could be, just because I didn't have my eyes on him really, but he's a champ, and I feel like they just won a title match last night.
Mhm.
I like the Hologram, Tama Tonga, and Jay White picks a lot. Harley Cameron as well is funny, and it could help Mac out. Might be the only points he gets after Bad Blood. So
The season will start today with Bad Blood and Collision. Once those ends, I'll go through them and I'll update the rosters with the points and all for today. Who's ready with their team name? We'll go from there. Jack? All
I
right.
can come up with one
Yeah.
on the spot. I'm pretty good at improv.
as you guys know, if you made it this far in the video, or if you watched the beginning, my team already has a name. It's the same name from our previous doings of this. Check out the MWP channel. We drafted like twice, I think. The CM Punk Fan Club.
The official
is
CM
our
Punk
team
fan
name.
club.
CM Punk fan.
So, Drake, you said you could come up with one on the spot. What you coming up with?
Okay. We'll go with all champs, no chumps.
All champs, no chumps. Pete, you got your team name? You got
Yeah.
Cody? Oh, you got
I
it
mean,
already. You don't even need to see
I
your
dra-
team.
I drafted Hologram. Twitter would call me a hologooner.
What?
So I think we're gonna be called the Glorious Hologooners.
Mac, I'll come back
If
to
I
you.
have to drop
Whoa,
him, we
whoa,
might
whoa.
have to reassess.
You
but
know,
hopefully
I'm
he
looking
stays
at my
on the
team and I'm like, it's a toss-up. So I'm just gonna call my team the toss-ups.
The toss-up. My team name, when's the shakeup?
Damn, you already hate your team like that?
Damn,
I got some questionable ones that I'm hoping.
I'm confident
you know.
with mine. I like
Round
my
your
team.
team out for us.
It-
Where you at?
I got Will Ospreay, Konosuke Takeshita, which those two I feel really confident
Yeah,
of.
those two good.
But it's Gunther and it's Xavier Woods that kind of are iffy
Woods
on me.
Was, yeah.
Toss-up.
That
Jay
could
White
go
is a
either
good
way.
pick. I think Jay White's a good
Jay
pick.
White, I think it might
Gunther's gonna
sleep.
hurt ya.
And then for the women, I got Willow.
That's really
Great
good.
I have Lola Vice.
Great pick.
And I have Soruka. Soruka, as actually,
Soruka's quite
when I picked it, I realized she's actually appeared more on TNA recently more than NXT. So that kind of might have,
Oh, I didn't know.
that kind of
I
might
did not
screw
know
me.
that.
But we'll come back to
Jack,
it.
you have a really
Harley
good women's
Cameron just
roster.
comes out with like 130 points.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Drake. Thank you, Pete.
Thanks for having us.
If you guys watch Bad Blood tonight or Collision, I hope you guys enjoy it. I won't take up any more of your time, guys. Peace out.
What the dog doing?